Scandinavian Bob here, hi. Today we are going to talk about 4 different NoFap categories that can be found out there. And I would love it if you could comment in the comment section below in which of these categories you currently are. I often see guys arguing online about things related to NoFap benefits and the time it can take to achieve them. Some people tend to get very fast and very easy results, whereas others have to really put in the effort and keep going for months. So naturally, a lot of people can start to think that some NoFap guys out there are just full of crap. Now, for sure, you will definitely find people exaggerating out there. But what's really going on most of the time here is that people do not understand or take into account that guys are starting from different positions in life. And so what do I mean by this? Well, here are the 4 different categories that will show you what I mean. On the left side here we have people who are not addicted to adult sites. And to the right here we have people who are addicted. And then we will also draw a line right through the middle here. And people who are above the line are people who have their life in somewhat good of an order. Then below the line we have people who have a lot of different issues they are wrestling with in life. In other words, they have a messy life with a lot of problems. So in category A, we will have people who are not addicted to porn and they already have a pretty good life. So here we often find people who are just doing NoFap or retention as a fun little challenge. And then in category B down here, we have people who are not addicted to adult sites, but they have a lot of other problems in their life. Category C, people who are addicted to porn, but the rest of their life is pretty good. And then obviously category D is the worst one to be in because they are both addicted to porn and have a lot of other problems in life as well. Now, before I continue, please comment below in what category you belong to right now. Okay, so my point here is that of course a guy from category A, B and even C is going to get quicker results compared to someone who is in category D. That's just inevitable. And of course someone who is in category A is going to quicker start experiencing stronger benefits than someone in category B. Why? Well, since people below the line here are also having a lot of other problems in life, of course those problems are going to some degree suppress some of the otherwise strong NoFap benefits. People in category A can actually start noticing NoFap benefits within just a few days. And people in category B can also start noticing benefits very quickly, although some of those are not going to be as strong or profound as for the A people, simply because they have a lot of other negativity going on. And some of the worst and most unlucky people in category D can actually have to go for a year or 2 before it starts working for them. Now, this is not the case for everyone in category D, so don't freak out here. But now with this in mind, it is easy to understand how guys can start accusing each other online of lying or exaggerating. I mean, just think about how big of a contrast there can be between a guy from category D versus category A, and when they start going back and forth in the comments section. Now, one important thing to keep in mind here, guys, is that in whatever category you happen to find yourself in right now, with time you can actually change categories. You can overcome addiction. You can put your life in order. So that's great. In other words, you can go all the way from category D up to category A right here. Another thing we need to talk about is that when some guys look at the C category here, they are going to say things like, but if you otherwise have a good life, you won't develop a porn addiction. So category C doesn't even exist. No, guys, that's actually wrong. This is one of the biggest misconceptions out there when it comes to addictions. Listen up here, guys, because here you need to be flexible in your thinking. Yes, it is 100% true that many people develop a porn addiction because they have a lot of underlying issues in their lives. But that is not the case for everyone. I mean, just think about it. Young, healthy males like to look at attractive women, so naturally they seek out things like that. And then it just so happens that today's online adult sites are so incredibly stimulating and dopamine driven that some of those guys get hooked, even if they otherwise have a pretty good life. But yes, it is in fact the case that guys who have a lot of problems are at higher risk of developing an addiction, and that they will get addicted more easily than others. So this is why, for example, guys in category B have to be a bit careful, because even though they currently are not addicted, if they are not careful, they can backslide and become addicted. And we can also say that guys in the C category will have an easier time to recover from porn than people who are in the D category here, because people down here can't just go on NoFap and hope that that alone will fix all of their problems. No, they have a lot of inner work and self-improvement and putting life in order to do, so they can actually feel worse without the porn for a very long time before they finally start feeling better. And that's because they no longer have a coping mechanism there. But it is still the right way to go if they want to fix their lives. So if you happen to be in the D category, cut out the porn and start improving other areas of your life as well. So with all this in mind, please be a bit more understanding when you're riding with other NoFappers out there. Because as you clearly can see, we are all so very different, and different timelines are for sure to be expected. I can also say that I personally was in category D for a big part of my life. And speaking of different timelines, have you seen my video about what day or period of NoFap I personally found to be the most magical on my journey? No? Well, if not, take a look at this video right here and you will discover exactly that. This is Scandinavian Bob signing out for today. Keep going and stay strong.